Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sunward Isles. Alrighty, you know what time it is. It's embarking time, but we're not just gonna embark to anything. We are going to embark on our quest to level everybody up to a, good enough level to where they can actually do half of these missions. So, we do have the vengeful spirit that we need to go deal with. Unfortunately, we cannot deal with him right now. At least not very well. We also have the Yama, who we can never get ourselves, who we need to defeat. Yes, this copy is very difficult. Please pay attention to safety. Basically, we want to go into this fight as if we were fighting Lilith herself. And if you know who Lilith is, you know how dangerous this fight may very well be. If I'm honest, I might be over-exaggerating it. It might be like the easiest fight in the world, but I'm not taking any more chances after what we've been through. Overall, it was decided that we need to get the bank. The bank was absolutely what you guys were saying we should get. So, bank is next on our list. However, to make the money, we gotta get the money. So, I believe we're going to take a couple level 2s, being careful who we pick, and we're going to bring them out to the Sunward Isles, make a little bit of dosh, and we want to be sure we keep 4 people who are level 2, right? And the reason for that is because when we go to the courtyard, we need people who can actually do the mission. For example, I'm thinking of Avail, Zhao, Rachel, and potentially Tony, because for one, he has faded, and I also think he's going to do really, really good against the Croc, especially with his bleed. The stun probably won't be so helpful, but his bleeds are going to be insanely good, considering the minus bleed resist of everything in the courtyard. Overall, I think it'll be a pretty good team. Basically, how the team is going to look is it's going to be a little something like this, and then we're going to go into the courtyard, and hopefully, nothing will go wrong. Obviously, after we deal with the Croc, we need to immediately start slamming down those missions. Otherwise, the bloodsuckers are going to get out of hand. But for the moment, why don't we go ahead and make a little bit of dosh, so that we can make more dosh? A secret door? Don't mind if we do. I mean, I'll take 3 puzzling trapezohedrons. That's quite a bit of gold. We've already gotten a secret room, so we may as well just use our second key. Very, very nice. Ooh. Do you see? Alright, hear me out. That trinket, transfer bleed. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Transfer bleed? We got 2 very gimmicky trinkets, one of which being the Play the World of Mortals, which has a very strange effect. Overall, it seems pretty good. Gives health, gives damage, crit chance versus bleeding, speed multiplier, and then a really bizarre bleed chance. And then this strange steel plate, which has a pretty good amount of upsides. However, 40% extra stress. That's pretty nasty. Even with the 5% virtue chance, that's still quite nasty. Ooh, would you look at this? The Brush of Judgment. Overall, it looks pretty solid. However, there is one issue. It's for the Yama, which means for this estate, it's completely useless. Alrighty, with this dungeon being said and done, let's see what we got. $24K gold. We also got the Panopticon Scarlet Force Field, which is gonna be amazing on a certain character, as previously mentioned. And, ooh, we got 4 level 4s. Ugh. Measles, great. Born Leader is pretty cool. Hemophilia, and Spider Circumventer, which is also pretty solid. Oh, we have literally the best minstrel trinket in the game. It makes all of her regen effects 50% more powerful. So let's say instead of, this is an exaggeration, instead of 10 over 1, it would be 15 over 1 in terms of healing. Very, very nice. We also got the Bloodthirst Ring, which would be amazing in a certain Dark Brewed estate. But overall, we are looking pretty solid. I would go do the spiders if it wasn't for the fact that we got absolutely owned last time we tried to do it, because apparently there's a collector at the very start of the dungeon. So we're just gonna let everybody stress heal up. We are starting to get a lot of experience. Not to mention, we're also getting some goodies thanks to our minions. Now, we are at level 3, which means we're going to be getting shards every 15 weeks. We're going to be getting crests every 15 weeks. Overall, pretty good. Yeah, it takes a little bit to actually stack up. But I mean, all in all, are you really going to say no to just free stuff? I know I'm not. We're also gathering up quite a bit of really powerful trinkets. Some of them are a little bit more gimmicky than others, but overall we're gathering some pretty powerful trinkets. I do think I would like to level some more people up. Overall, I'm kind of feeling like this might be our super big XP episode, because basically, once we hit Nightmare, that's where the real game begins. That's where the going gets real tough. So we need to be sure we're actually prepared for that. We could technically go start the Crimson Court right now. I don't know if we should, but we can. Well, actually, why should we not do it? Right? Well, actually, it might screw with the Nightmare. I don't know. I think we could do it, right? I think we can do this. Alright, you convinced me. We'll go. Ideally, with that new trinket, I would have liked to bring Bridget, because her being able to bounce all of her bleed onto enemies. Oh, amazing. However, 'twas not to be, I'm afraid. But she can go to one of the next ones, so it should be fine. So, I'm thinking, like I mentioned earlier, Avail, Tony, Zhao, and Rachel. Brian could also be really good. He's got a really good bleed, he's got a decent stun, although a lot of enemies can't be stunned. Maybe not a lot of enemies. I can think of 2 enemies that can't really be stunned in Crimson Court. Okay, I think we're just gonna stick to the plan. We're gonna bring Avail, Tony, Zhao, and Rachel, and hopefully all is going to go according to plan. But knowing me, it won't.
The courtyard and gardens surrounding the manor were once a point of pride for the diligent custodians I employed. Great banquets and lavish social affairs were hosted here under the stars. Despite the expectation of propriety normally ascribed to those in our position, we mocked the stoic melancholy of the moss-covered fountains and cherubic statues, our salacious trysts half hidden in the hedgerows, our morality slipping ever deeper into the mud. Soaked and sinking, these stone terraces and sprawling gardens were the site of long-forgotten revelry and well-remembered regret.
Alrighty, we bring with us Zhao the Zhao with the Lower Boundary Military Order, and the Strange Steel Plate with all of her abilities. Tony the Wraith with the Lantern of Light and Death, the Crescendo Box, Reap, Death Sentence, and Guillotine. Avail the minstrel with the whisk, the mysterious heraldry, last stand, ebriety, early spring, and bird song. And then, of course, Rachel the Red Lotus with the Thunderblade, the Aria Box, and all of her abilities. So, you might notice the Zhao is taking a whopping 55% more stress damage. That's okay. That is on purpose, because we want to activate the Zhao's special form. Now, I do basically know this dungeon pretty well at this point, so we're basically just going to be speedrunning it to the end. I've done this dungeon quite a few times, so I basically know what I'm doing. Now, the fact that we one-shot both enemies is a very good start to this dungeon, but obviously it is not going to be the end, because we do need to watch out for something in particular. And that, my friends, is going to be a curse. Most vile. Let's try and take him out. Okay, we do apply a burn. I'm going to go for bird song. That is going to lower the accuracy of enemies while giving us some accuracy. We're going to go for the scream. It got a kill, unfortunately, so we do not get the extra laser. A little bit unfortunate, but we aren't going to get the other laser either, because we also got a second kill. Could have potentially gotten a triple kill had we not high rolled, but... Ooh. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Had we not high rolled, we could have gotten an additional kill, but unfortunately we did. And that ends that. Just as this ends this. Kapew. There's still one alive, but obviously the laser is a little bit powerful. We're going to use one of our special torches and burn the hive. Now, if I remember correctly, we need to get to this empty room, and then we go up and immediately go down. If memory serves me correctly, which I'm pretty sure it does. This is some stress healing. We do not need it, at least not at the moment, but you know what we do need? A little bit of accuracy. Yes, face us, evil bugs. Oh, don't do that. Dang it. Well, that sucks. That's our first curse. So basically, if you don't know what the Crimson Curse does, it is incurable. And if a character does not drink the blood, well, that character might die. So yes, Tony is technically on a timer. However, we do have 12 blood, and I believe he has to drink one every 4 days, or 3 days. I don't remember exactly which one. So, he will be okay for a bit, but, yeah. The more people we have that are Crimson Cursed, well, that's the more blood that we're having to spend, and the only way to get blood is either through the bloodsuckers, randomly from drops, or if you have the winery, which will generate 2 per week. But even that number, 2 per week, you might notice that's not great. If we have 40 characters and they all have the Crimson Curse, and they all need to drink, and they all drink, let's say, 1 every 3 days, that's not going to be nearly enough. We are going to basically lose out. So, that's one of the reasons I was wanting to wait. However, if we defeat one of the bosses of the Crimson Court, we will cure everybody of the disease, at least for a time. So, it's not a permanent thing. There is also a boss we could go fight who will also cure us. However... Oh, why'd I do that on her? I'm dumb. I've never really had good luck on that boss, so yeah, that's, we're not gonna try and rely on that boss, because he tends to just party wipe me. He is really, really deadly. Let's go for a Brady here. That is so loud. And he gets the kill without the need of the second turn. All in all, this is going pretty well, if you ask me. We're going to burn this and immediately backpedal, because where we need to go is to the right, and there's nothing really of note for us up above. You can definitely tell I've been through this place quite a few times, considering I'm just blazing through it. Get it? Because we have the Zhao and Rachel. Man, why? Hey, can you do that on the Zhao? I know I accidentally cured. Okay. I know I accidentally cured. Yeah, okay. Alright, that was close. Yeah. And then... might stun that one? Could bleed him. Okay, we do... That's a kill. Dead to bleed. And then right here. Excellent. Nicely done, Rachel. You know exactly what I wanted. Okay, bit of stress healing. Oh. That'll do. I do want to make a note. We are here with really powerful trinkets and fairly strong characters, and this is a level 1 dungeon, and we're level 2 with fully upgraded gear and skills. So this was kind of bound to happen that we would crush it. However, there's one fight I'm worried about, and here it is. The Crocodilian Swarm of Corruption. Okay, well, him missing straight away is pretty good. Do we actually hurt the... Oh, interesting. She didn't do it at all. Oh, they're just immune to damage. Okay, fair enough. Lurking fear. A riposte. Brady. Haha! Resisted the stun. Can't point blank him yet, but we can apply a burn. Let's go for a mark, because when he goes for his big attack, we're gonna go for a big attack as well. Hopefully we can lower his accuracy enough to where he does not destroy us. I'm gonna go for another one. I know that seems like a little bit of a weird play. Gonna hit him with an additional laser. Teeth rake. Alright, well, the decreased accuracy absolutely came into play. Can't hit him. Just keep debuffing him. Oh, debuff didn't go off. Oh! Okay, we're good. It didn't bleed. And it didn't move. Could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. Still not in range, so unfortunately we just gotta go for it. Burn out. Okay, a little bit of damage. And the laser. Now... Ah! It does actually increase our bleed amount versus marked. Okay, I was thinking it did, but I wasn't too sure. Submerge. Here we go. This is where things might get a little tricky. Let's put some regen to potentially prevent some deaths if things do go super wrong. Okay. Man, I'm so glad this is level 1. Can't hit him. Go for the riposte. Reaction ray. Laser. Very nice. What are you gonna do? Up! Okay, we're good. We're good. Low level Croc. I gotta remember, he's not quite as deadly as he is normally. Buffed up. Mark here. And we're ready to take him down. Eee, we have an Aegis. Whoa, hello. This could be worse. Big damage. Big damage. That's pretty big damage. I'd call that big damage. However, it's nothing compared to this. Okay, that was... That wasn't quite as much as I thought it was going to be either. However, we are still beating him up really badly, so I have literally nothing to complain about. Teeth Rake? Ah, missed us. Would have hit the Aegis anyway. And goodbye. Guaranteed crit because he's below a certain health threshold, and he's marked, so the bleed would have killed him anyway. Excellent job. Watermelon. Friendly skill. Cure all abnormal conditions at a 15% chance. I don't know what that means. On attack hit, all heroes heal 1 HP. If the hero was hit, people get a 1/3 regen. I sell raw melons. If the melons are cooked, I'll eat them myself. Okay. We also got the 2 of 3, which is an Antiquarian Crimson Court trinket, which means it's useless. However, we don't want to sell it because it removes it from the CC trinket pool. So basically, even though it's not what we want, it does remove it from the pool. So, you know, it could have been worse. All in all, I would say this was a very, very good first expedition into the Crimson Court. Obviously, this is the tutorial level, so this is basically the easiest out of all the CC missions. So, yeah, let's enjoy our victory while we have it.
In those younger years, my home was a hive of unbridled hedonism. A roiling apiary where instinct and impulse were indulged with wild abandon. A bewitching predator slipped in amidst the swarm of tittering sycophants. Though outwardly urbane, I could sense in her a mocking thirst. Driven half-mad by cloying vulgarity, I plotted to rid myself of this lurking threat in a grand display of sadistic sport. But as the moment of murder drew nigh, the gibbous moon revealed her inhuman desires in all their stultifying hideousness.
Well, would you look at that? We also got the second Crimson Court trinket we will ever see, which is the Pious Emblem for the Prodigy. 30% damage reflection, 50% virtue chance, 50% damage, -5 dodge. Overall, pretty good. We have also gotten the Baron's Invitation. An invitation to an evening of games and entertainment. Signed, the Baron. He is going to be our first boss that we have to take on. Yokai Slayer. It's a shame it's on the Zhao, because that won't mean anything. On Guard is really good for a Veil, though. All in all, I'm pretty happy we managed to leave with only one person Crimson Cursed, and all regions will experience a growing infestation. Basically, the longer we go without killing the bosses, the worse the infestation will grow. And once it is at high infestation, we can have the opportunity to get more Baron invitations, should we need them. The Baron has opened his doors. Abstinthe for the Grave Robber. Not fantastic for us, because we're not too interested in what the Grave Robber has, but, you know, that's okay. And if we can defeat the Baron, we get the Viscount, and if we get the Viscount, we'll get something else past that. Town event, a Veil lifted, means if we kill him, anybody who has a Crimson Curse will be immediately cured. We also get the Baron's Lash if we beat him, and I believe we can also get 2 or 3 Crimson Court trinkets from this mission. So all in all, pretty good. We do also have some Winemakers Reserve quests, which basically means if we're low on blood and we seriously need a fix, we can go to the Winemaker's Reserve, and that'll actually give us some guaranteed blood. So it's not pure RNG, there is a way to get it, And this, basically, the Winemakers Reserve combined, with the brewery, where we get 2 blood per week, is a solid enough way to get Sanguine Vintners. It's a solid enough way to get a decent amount of blood. However, I don't think it's too terribly necessary to go after the Winemaker quests, because even if you have a little bit of blood stacked up, for the most part, you're gonna be okay. It's not too terribly bad to manage. It can just be a little annoying if you're not ready for it. And even though it's debatable that we aren't ready for it, I'm feeling optimistic. I really want the Astral Spider Brain. To me, it is such a good trinket. Yeah, it's only 7% chance to gain an extra turn, but let me put it this way. Let's say a Veil uses a Brady, right? She gives someone a second turn. 7% chance procs, she gets a second turn too. And we go, okay, well, what do we want to do with this? A Brady on someone else. Well, then there's not only a 90% chance that that person gets a second turn, there is an additional 7% chance that a Veil gets a third turn. So, yeah, it could be pretty insane if it actually goes off. It's kind of like the Ancestors Lucky Gold Frog, where it's a 10% chance on hit. This is a 7% chance on friendly skill, which is debatably more useful because you can just stack a regen, for example. Let's say it goes off twice. Well, then, boom, we have a 3/4 regen instead of a 1/4. That's it. That's super good. That's pretty good. Now, as for what we should actually go for next, I'm kind of wondering if we should just start trying to fight the Baron. I know it's really early, but we do have a couple level 4s. I mean, I'm feeling optimistic. And I know you guys are thinking I use the Draken Blood too much, so we're not going to bring her. We'll give her a break. I do feel like... How about this? Bridget, Draugr Overlord, Kura, and Lindy. I think this is going to be a pretty powerful team. Especially if we're transferring bleeds onto people. And potentially we could actually... How would this work? I'm curious to see how this works. We're going to take it. And then, yeah. I think this is going to be a real good time. Chances are we're probably going to get halfway through this and then end the episode inside the Crimson Court, but... Welcome. We bring Bridget the Fawn with the Scarlet Force Field, the Crescendo Box, and my personal favorite build for her, Gouge, Throat Skewer, Maim, and Eviscerate. Draugr Overlord, the Exile with the Watermelon, because he's hungry. Why did I say it like that? The Mysterious Heraldry, Split, Provoke, Assignment Charge, and Assignment Rally. Kura, the Bounty Hunter, with the Lower Boundary Military Order, the Thunder Blade, Flying Sword, Assassination, Mark for Death, Come Hither, and Iron Tribulus. And, of course, Lindy the Grove Tender with Whisk. Strange Steel Plate, Laxifications Hug, Diluted Elixir, Lantern's Console, and Root Powder. So, you know, not that I plan to start them anytime soon, but there's two estate ideas that have been in my mind for a while now, and as time has gone on, they've become more and more realistic to actually do. The biggest reason I've never actually done them is simply because they just didn't have enough content, or quite literally, didn't have enough mods that could go into it. There just wasn't enough stuff. However, as time has gone on, these mods have become, well, we'll call them mod packs, have become a little bit more involved, and I think, realistically, they could start to become their own little series at some point. I think they would need a little bit of tweaking, potentially, but they could be really good. We're going to go for a Provoke so that we can... Oh! so that we can do a little heal and get a riposte up. Hopefully that is going to be super good. We're going to mark here. He is super debuffed. We're going to one-shot him. It's just that easy. And then we are going to go for an Eviscerate! So, we're bled now. Presumably, we can swap... We can... I was going to say swap. We can just give that to the Supplicant, and hopefully that works out. I don't know if it does or doesn't, but we're about to find out if this is going to be a very short-lived dungeon, or if this is going to be a pretty long one. Don't give us a Crimson Curse! Well, that sucks. Ugh. That does indeed stink. That is not good. Alright. Get up. No fear. Have good way! Hakutaku Splendor. Take my bleed, please. No, we killed him, so it didn't take it. Oh, that sucks. Okay, good news. If we do too much damage, we can not transfer the bleed. Okay, gotcha. So, try and transfer it onto the big stuff. Alright, I gotcha. Like him, he's a big thing. So yeah, there's two estates that are becoming more and more realistic to actually do. The first one is based on the Vermintide mod. And I was thinking we would have, it would basically be bandits and steampunk style stuff versus Durats. And I think that could be a pretty fun estate. And the other one I was thinking of is a Lobotomy Corp / Ruina style estate. My reason for that is there's actually quite a bit of mods that fit in with Ruina and Lobotomy Corp, and there's also quite a bit of classes now. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe that would work. But I will leave both of these collections down in the comments below, and let me know what you guys think. I think both realistically could become a thing, but they would need a little bit of work. They're not perfect at the moment, but I think with a little bit more mods, maybe a little bit of extra challenge to them, it could end up being pretty fun. I've never experienced the Vermintide mod myself, so I have absolutely no idea what that will entail. But I do have a feeling maybe if we... Okay. If we do a Ruina-style estate, I will install Arduous. How does that sound? Arduous will be the hard gimmick of a Ruina-styled estate, because based on what I've seen, the mods are actually, like, pretty OP. By the way, look at that. That's pretty good. And then we just put a regen, and the fight is over. It's just that easy. Wow, this can be super, super strong. Oh, this can be real strong, as long as we don't actually, you know, kill the enemies that we're trying to spread our bleed to. But yeah, both modded collections will be in the description, not the description, will be in the comments. Let me know what you think and what mods should be added to either one of those. I'm thinking maybe a 100% clear, you can only have one of each class for the Ruina one. And then since I don't know what the Vermintide one has in store, we would essentially be going into that one blind. But if you have recommendations for either, I heavily suggest you show me what they might be. We are taking a substantial amount of damage here, however, we do have a pretty good amount of regen. Lindy will be able to take care of the Blight, as well as give us a bit more healing. We are really stacking up that watermelon healing. Debuff him. Okay, we're gonna play this the right way. Okay, move forward. Cure. You love to see it. Look at that healing. pretty good. That right there, that's pretty good. And then we just go, huh! It's just that simple. You love to see a plan come to fruition. Except for the blight that we're about to take. Alright, other than that, you love to see a plan come together. Take him out. Extra marked damage, don't mind if I do. 2 over 2, we'll be fine. We're going to use a torch to get rid of that. It is one of the few blockades in the game that does not require a shovel to get rid of, but instead requires a torch. We cannot go to the right because it's locked. We need a specialized key, so we're going to go downwards because that's where we are going to find the key. The Cornerzon is a little bit dangerous. Basically, she gives them all damage, and I believe reduces their accuracy, and she also shuffles where everybody is in the party. She also has that. Quite a bit of stress damage. Now, we do have so much regen, I'm not super worried about our health. Draugr Overlord is getting a little bit lower than I would like, but other than that, I think we should be okay. Yeah, let's heal that. She gains an Aegis, very good. The Blight is gone, he's receiving more healing, very good. We're gonna go for a Riposte. Very nice, that also gives us a little bit more healing. These dev trinkets are so strong, what in the world? I remember thinking Starry Night was like the most OP thing in the world. Apparently the Yama's trinkets are just even stronger somehow. Let's debuff him. And then... Nah! I meant to miss, that was on purpose. We're gonna go for a regen because at this point Draugr Overlord could really use it. We're gonna move backwards. We get a crit, so she is bled. Maybe we can... If we eviscerate here, I'm pretty sure we're going to get rid of his entire health bar, so we're going to try and leave him alive. We do get a crit heal. That's super nice. Going for a munch. Our chance of spreading our bleed to him is looking a little unlikely. I mean, we'll try. 12 to 16. I think he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Ooh, some blood. We're actually gonna need that. And then I'll do that. And do that. Yeah. Okay. We need to carry around blood with us because Lindy at some point is going to be craving it, and so we would rather not have her die midway through the dungeon. Ooh. The secret door, that is a prisoner. However, since we basically have everyone that we need, I'm not too fussed about it. Well, the good news is, even though we are really OP, we are actually still taking quite a bit of damage. So, we're not invulnerable, but we are... If there was ever a test to see how tanky we truly are, this is it. 2 Chevaliers is not fun. This is gonna be a bit of a nasty fight. Chevaliers are, yeah. Not fun. That, you know, they have a lot of stunning, they have a lot of bleeding. Overall, they are pretty nasty. I think we can manage this fairly easily, though. We just gotta play it right. And with the amount of regen overall we have, I think we'll be okay. Okay, some more regen. So we definitely can't die to dots. At least there's that. With all this regen, dots are basically non-existent for killing powder. For killing power. Jeez, I'm flubbing my words a lot right now. Might be a stun? It was not. Luckily for us, there was no stun to be found. Big damage. Big damage. Kura, big damage. Dang it. Alright, you know what? It was still big damage. It just wasn't the biggest damage, you know what I mean? Let's... yeah. Go for it. You bleed. You bleeds now. Okay. You know what? Diluted elixir. I actually want to up how much healing he's receiving because right now I'm a little bit worried on how he's doing. We are going to go for the charge on Bridget. Make her do a little bit more damage. He is going to go for the Buried Blast. That might be a double stun. It does connect on both. Okay, it doesn't stun either, luckily for us. One down. Only 3 more to go. Gather them all. No, no. Oh no, you live? I understand the Fawn and all those characters are not going to receive any sort of update anytime soon, but man, I love the Fawn. I wish someone can make her for DD2. I would play DD2 like crazy if she was in it. She's just so adorable. But obviously, I don't know how modding is gonna work for DD2. No fear, have good way. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like modding in DD2 is actually gonna be a nightmare. Like, I did, what, 3 runs total? Is the game okay. Here's what, I'm really out of the loop for DD2. Is the game even, like, done yet? Because I played it in, like, was it alpha or beta? One of those. And then I kind of just set it down and forgot about it. But is it, like, done? Or is it still being worked on? Or what's the story there? Because news about it has kind of been non-existent. In my mind, it feels like the initial reaction was that it kind of flopped. Maybe it didn't. I know... oh boy, a ghoul. I know I'm kind of the old, like... back in my day, the game wasn't 10,000 years just to get through one level. Sword eat you! Bleeds! Well, that sucks. Ha! I mean, I'm still looking forward to DD2, but... definitely, my first reactions were not fantastic on it. Although I gotta admit, the animations and stuff were, they were beautiful. Just the gameplay reminded me of Arduous Edition, which is not the best thing in the world. Because, fights just take too long. Alright, we got this. Wait. It's super quiet. Do you hear that? You probably don't, but the Sunward Isles bug is happening. You can kind of hear it. Why? I do not understand the Sunward Isles bug, and it just plagues me constantly. We're gonna... in the future, we're gonna be playing Vermintide. Sunward Isles isn't even installed, and it's gonna start playing at this rate. Well, from the sound of Sunward Isles and the bugs, this is proving to be quite the adventure. Let's give her the blood because she's craving. Not wasting, but she is craving. So we may as well just give it to her now. Get it over with earlier rather than later. And we'll just keep going along our merry way, trying to find our key. Okay, this could be somewhat of a nasty fight. We're immediately going to go for the mark. That basically gets rid of all of the stats. We're going to go for the swing. We do 26 damage. Overall, pretty good. I'm going to put a regen on everybody. That way we're able to heal up, at least to some extent. Go here. He's at 5 health. Pretty good. We could probably finish him off. Finish him off relatively easily. He's going to go for the skull toss. It does land. Is it going to stun? It does 20 stress damage. Ouch! Well, that sucks. There's the munch. That's going to be a bit of blight. Didn't land. This one might also be a bit of blight. Temptation grows with each blow. It could have been worse. Guaranteed guaranteed crit. Because he was marked? That was embarrassing. You think the voice cracking would be over by now, but I guess not. Got it. It bendy little thing. Okay, he's not... Yeah, he's dead next turn. Going for a munch. Okay, we did resist the blight. That's nice. Let's do this. And I want to get a little bit of stress healing in. They're going to go for a munch on him. He does end up dodging it. Very, very nice. Let's go for a bleed on both of them. Basically guarantee the kill. We're also going to get rid of our bleed, do a little bit of damage. He is dead after he takes a turn. I can smell where blood will be spilled. And then we heal that. That's going to increase his healing received, cure that, and we get a little bit of a stress heal to boot. He's going to attack, and then he did. Ah! Well, he went out with a boom. You know what? Here. Alright. Portraits are the rarest thing in the game, so I'd rather just take them when we can. Oh, below us. I'm not 100% sure which way we have to go, actually. Ah! That sucks. I'm pretty sure it's this way. I think this is the key. Yeah, it is. Yeah, alright. We found the key. It worked out in our favor. I want to reduce all of his protection. And then we're going to go for a bleed. Very nice. Excellently done. Manly wine. Okay. She's going to have a stress check here soon. Yeah. Just go for Laxification's Hug. We could potentially stress heal a little bit out of this. Yeah, we can get a bit of stress healing. I'm gonna go for the Chevalier while we have the opportunity before the double guard goes down and we can never hit him again. Enraging Slight. Oh, that might pull forward. Okay, it didn't pull forward, it just did a lot of stress. And it got rid of our Aegis, so she's no longer protected. However, she does have the trinket where she has like 45 extra protection. So, ooh, Buried Blast. Okay, with double dodge, it would have been a double stun potentially otherwise. Takes a little bit of bleed. We're gonna go for a regen, and it's gonna give us a little bit of a stress heal, and it gives us the Aegis. Oh, every single proc that could have happened, happened. Unfortunately, we do end up missing. I'm gonna go for an Eviscerate right into the air. That way we don't hit anything incredibly important. Infallible Servitude, that's gonna give him a little bit of protection, and it's gonna set up a guard. He's gonna go for the Thirst, but unluckily for him, she's already thirsty. He does get a crit heal and immediately goes back to full health. He takes a little bit of damage and a bleed for his troubles, though. We're gonna go ahead and set up a riposte, because you never know, it might work to our advantage. We do get a little bit of a heal. We set up the riposte, we get a mark, and he ends up being guarded. That's not what we wanted. Subterranean Skewer. Ouch. It's a pretty nasty bleed. Let's... Ooh. This one. 75% chance to hit. We missed. That is unfortunate. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a stress heal. It does help. Obviously, it's not amazing, but it does help. And then we immediately take more stress. I slide. Yeah, we're starting to take some damage now. We need to focus on healing for a little bit. This does not go through guard, but it might stun him. Okay, it stunned him into the afterlife, so I mean, I'll go ahead and take that. Let's set this up so that we can get a little bit more stress healing, because that would be extremely useful for us. Deafening Wine, that also has a small chance to stun. You bet it's gonna land. Unfortunate for us, but not the end of the world.
Subterranean scare.
Well, there it is. He's dead. We don't have to worry about the Chevalier anymore, and he's not going to get any life steal. Go for him before he can transform. Unfortunately, we do end up missing. I'm going to go for a regen on everybody. It's also going to give us a little bit of a stress heal. All in all, this has been a pretty good turn. It does stress heal her for 4. We're going to go for him once again, but he does end up dodging. Very unfortunate. Our accuracy is not looking very good. That's going to be a little bit of bleed for us. That takes our... Oh, I remember. If someone uses the thirst on you, and you have blight, they actually take the blight from you. It's a bit interesting. They essentially suck the poison out of you. I mean, it makes sense. Like, when you think about it, it does make sense. But it's just a little bit weird to think about in the moment. It bendy little thing. Okay, we're looking a fair bit injured. Oh man, all these crests. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. Hers isn't too terribly bad. Oh, it's painful leaving the crests. We'll leave the anti-venom. That might get us killed. We'll leave the anti-venom. And now we need to pick up the key. I guess we'll leave the onyx. We have the bank for a reason. So now what we need to do, we need to travel backwards and head back towards the red gate in order to open it. Okay, reset the game just so we can get rid of the Sunward Isles music, because I'm sure that was bothering some of you. It was bothering me a little bit. Because the Crimson Court has just such good music. Not that the Sunward Isles music is bad, but I would prefer Crimson Court's music over it. We're just going to continue heading back. I believe... Ooh, memory's a little bit foggy. I believe we can actually save this red key and get something special later for it. Is that how that works? I think we can save it and get something for it. I'm going to hold on to it because we don't need to open this door. Would it be helpful? Yeah, obviously, but... I don't think we need to open it, so let's go ahead and pop an accuracy buff. There is currently nothing in our path, so we're just going to continue forward. And I was going to say we're probably going to run into some chevaliers once we get into that room, but we ran into something that could be worse given the right circumstance. Go ahead and put a regen on everybody. We do get an Aegis. Very nice. We're going to go for the mark. And maybe we take him out one shot. I mean, 29 damage. That's still pretty good. And then, guaranteed crit. Be gone! Yeah, that's pretty solid. Uh-oh. Okay, she got a nasty debuff and she's marked. He's going to do extra damage against her. That is going to be a blight. Okay. Oh, interesting. It transferred that time. Weird. Why didn't it transfer the first time? I'm actually just going to go for Caltrips so that we can heal off that blight. And let's get rid of that. Oh, very nice. Whew. And we dodge. What a perfect stalling turn. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see when the stall works out. Oh, we need that blood. Do we need 8 shovels? I don't think we do. We'll take the blood. Oh, the choices we make while trying to one-shot this dungeon. Sometimes things must be left behind. Oh no, I forgot. I forgot. Let's pop some accuracy, shall we? Caltrips. Okay, Caltrips might help us. Let's get a regen down ASAP.
Swarming corruption.
Okay. That's some stress. Okay, we can't hit him, but we can move backwards.
Lurking fear.
Let's, get some stress healing if we can. Although we're going to have a check or two. Could eviscerate now. It's a little bit early. I want to move backwards. Can we hit that? Ooh, we can. Okay. Debuff him. Hit him hard. 23 damage. That's pretty solid. So this one's a lot stronger than the previous one we fought. Okay. Whew. I mean, it's good that his first, like, actual attack missed. But, yeah, he's a lot more dangerous than the previous one.
Swarming corruption.
Okay, bit of damage, a lot of stress. We'll be okay. Yeah, we got this. Do I just take the crit now? Yeah. Take the crit now, and then we're going to set up our post. I'm also going to try and get... there's no point to eviscerate him now. Actually, stun. What? 0% stun resist. Are you sure that's 0% stun resist? It says 0%, but based on what I just saw, that is not 0%. We do lower his accuracy a little bit. Minus 18. Yeah, just go for regen. Can never go wrong with more regen. Teeth rake. Uh-oh. Oh! That's a nasty bleed. Resist? Nah. The fawn resisting a bleed? I didn't think so. Let's move her forward. And then we can go into an eviscerate. That'll be really strong. Teeth rake. Yee! Kura, the mass... well, that happened. Apparently, the Croc did not like Kura very much. I don't think I've ever had that fight crash. However, I have two suspicions on what could have crashed it. Either A, it was the immobilized from Kura, or B, it was the caltrips from Kura. Oh. Hi. Are we just gonna immediately crash again? No, we're good this time. Okay. Alright. Where were we? Can't quite remember what I was gonna say. Let's eviscerate. That will also transfer our bleed. However, we do get another one right away, but overall, it did transfer it. Let's go for diluted elixir. That way we can up how much healing she's going to receive. It also gets her 5 extra healing. 16 bleed damage. You'll love to see it. Teeth rake. Ouch.
It's over for us. Over!
It's not over until it's over, my friend. Set up her post. There we go. It also gives us a tiny amount of healing.
Teeth rake!
Uh-oh. Oh, that's a death door. Now, we do have a regen, so we're not dead. But it is a little bit scary. Uh-oh. Okay. He went for lurking fear instead of actually... Oh, he's dead. Why is eyes fragile? I like those odds. Crusader? Come on. What is this garbage? We could technically use the food later, but I'd rather just get a little bit of healing from it now and just call it that. Okay, we also get another trinket. A cultist? Oh, come on. Out of 4 trinkets, we've gotten 3 for the base game heroes. Come on, bro. Alright, well. I mean, the good news is we have it. We have so many goodies. I'm wondering if we just bail. Because we're in a really, like, solid position. So basically, how these dungeons work is they are so long that if you leave, you can actually come back. And whatever you've explored stays explored. And whatever room you left in, you return to that room. It legit saves your progress. And I know for a fact that we have to deal with 2 chevaliers in the next room. Okay. So it's gonna be a while until we can come back. But I think it might be for the best that we just bail now. Okay, overall, we did get a lot of stuff. Wheeled Tactician replaced Precise Striker. I'll take that. That gets rid of crit chance. Swamp Fever. Gifted. Nymphomania. Kura. Claustrophobia. Insipid. And Stout. Okay, well. So, we cannot return until we receive another invitation. However, we are a little bit more than... we're like a tiny bit more than halfway through that particular mission, so we're actually really, really far. And Infestation right now is at low. Once it's at high, we can start getting the invitations again, and then we can just go back. The biggest reason I left there, we had a lot of goodies, and we were starting to not look very good. So, I'd rather just play it safe. We've already lost a lot. But I believe that is going to do it for this episode of the Sunward Isles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think should be added to the 2 collections down below. There's no guarantee they'll actually become a series. Honestly, I think both of them. Okay, I realize I just said that, they're probably not going to be a series. Chances are they probably will be. I mean, a Ruina Corporation. A Ruina Estate and a Vermintide Estate both sound pretty fun. Especially because of how many Lobotomy/Ruina characters have been added just as characters. And then the crazy amount of trinkets. With Arduous, it could actually be a good time. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys got a little bit of a taste of unedited Shadow in this one. Basically, our entire trip in the courtyard was more or less just straight. I will say, that is part of the reason I don't just do unedited content of this game. Because every episode would basically be like 1 dungeon, and then that's it, if I just didn't edit at all. And that would make every series like over 300 episodes. It'd be way too long. So that's the biggest reason that I edit these down. Plus, I think I'm, doing pretty good at it. I feel like I'm doing somewhat a good job of editing. At least I want to believe I am. But anyway, self-doubt aside, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.